Jada is back at it, here to give everyone another Breaking Bad Season 5 episode review video. Before I get into that, though, pretty important if you're not caught up to the point where I am in rewatching or watching Breaking Bad, or you're just not entirely sure, then you definitely need to take the initiative and pay attention to the episode's title, which, of course, I'll say as well as put in the description for you if that has to be the case and you're not caught up. Of course, it would be my recommendation that you don't watch this video any further, just to stay away from any potential spoilers. This will be Breaking Bad Season 5, Episode number 6. The title of this episode is called Buyout. This will be my review reaction recap after just finishing watching the episode. We start off with the Walt, Mike, and Todd returning from the train heist, and they start to dismantle the bike that belonged to the boy that Todd had killed, dissolving the pieces in barrels filled with hydrofluoric acid. And then they prepare another barrel for the boy, and then while Todd and Jesse are smoking outside, Todd dismisses the tragedy, saying that he did the right thing, which leads to incest Jesse to punch him. And then after a heated debate, Walt, Jesse, and Mike decide to spare Todd's life and keep him on the payroll with Vominos Pest in order to monitor him. Now, while visiting a park with his granddaughter, Mike detects a DEA stakeout and taunts them by faking a dead drop and leaving a vulgar message placed under a garbage can. Mike, of course, under pressure from the increased surveillance, and Jesse, still shaken over the boy's death, decide to leave Walt's meth operation already, when they've only done, 2 or 3 places, and sell their shares of stolen methamphetamine to Declan, a Phoenix-based competitor, for $5 million apiece. However, Declan insists on buying the entire lot, including Walt's share, and removing the competing blue meth from the market. So, elsewhere, while visiting Holly, a tearful Skylar is tempted to confess to her sister Marie, but stops short when Marie discloses her knowledge of Skylar's affair with Ted, and then Marie mistakenly believes this to be the reason for Skylar's mental anguish. And Jesse comes to Walt's house to discreetly discuss the deal offered by Declan to him and Mike. Now, Walt rejects the sale, reasoning that the methylamine is worth about $300 million when cooked, and correlating his buyout from Gray Matter Technologies when he was younger and just wanted to kind of disassociate himself with Gretchen and Elliot. They bought out him for $5,000, and the company is now worth over $2 million. So he admits for the first time that he isn't cooking meth for his family, as his children live elsewhere and his marriage is in shambles. He then tells Jesse, because Jesse had said something to him when they were talking about, Jesse was leaving and Mike was leaving, that are we in the money business or are we in the meth business? And he tells Jesse that he isn't in the meth business or the money business, but rather he is in the empire business. One of my favorite lines from the show. Awesome line. I'm in the empire business. And then Skylar arrives home and Walt insists that Jesse stay for dinner, leading to an awkward meal. And after Skylar excuses herself from the table, Walt tells Jesse that his meth business is all he has left. And then Walt tries to hide the methylamine. He goes back to the office, so to speak. But Mike, of course, anticipates the move. And then he ties up Walt in the Vominos Pet offices, and Mike and Saul, he sits with him all night, and then in the morning he has to do something. So he ties Walt up, and then Mike and Saul meet with Hank and Steve Gomez at the DEA to advise them Mike has obtained an injunction preventing their continued surveillance of him. Meanwhile, of course, Walt breaks free from the plastic restraint as he gets the coffee maker, or the coffee burner, unplugged and takes apart that plug and uses his teeth to take out and touch the wires together. And yeah, Walt is a genius when it comes to that stuff. And of course he hides the methylamine before Mike comes back. And then of course when Mike arrives, he instantly notices the methylamine is missing and is about to shoot Walt, because Walt is there, placing a gun to his head. And then Jesse interrupts and says Walt has a plan to get all three of them their money while still letting Walt keep the methylamine. And then Mike asks Walt if what Jesse says is true, and then Walt says everybody wins, and that's how the episode ends. So pretty good episode. Again, I love the line about, you asked me if I was in the money business or the meth business. I'm in the empire business. I love that line. One of my favorite lines from Breaking Bad. This season has some memorable moments. And then, of course, the Walt getting free of the zip tie of sorts that he was tied up to, and Skylar being mad that Walt told Marie that she was having an affair with Ted Beneke. So, pretty good episode. They're already breaking up, Mike, Jesse, and Walt. It just happened so quickly. So, I'm going to give this one a 9 out of 10. And you could have gave the character of the episode to Jesse, but Walt said the Empire business line, and he was pretty awesome in this episode, especially getting out of the zip tie thing. So I'm going to give it to Walt. I thought he was pretty awesome. You could give it to Walt or Jesse in every episode, really. Walt especially. So you've heard what I have to say. Now it's your turn. If you're a fan of Breaking Bad, if you like all these seasons of Breaking Bad, make sure you smash that like button. If you know anybody that would be interested in this review, go ahead and share the video to them. Sound off in the comment section with your thoughts on the episode. What would you score it? Who would be your standout character of the episode, if you have one, or anything Breaking Bad related? And of course, last but certainly not least, don't forget to hit, I want to grow this channel, so don't forget to hit that sub button, subscribe to the channel, join the team, show your damn support, and of course, be a part of something special, and JDev will return.